We have a new master box from Cooler Master today, the MB600L. I'm Lau from Tech Creator and this is Koki from Nasi Lemak Tech. And today we'll be doing an unboxing for this MasterBox MB600L. Let's flip it!
Don't flip the table, flip the case.
Oh, no. Manual, warranty information as usual.
So let's take a look at the MB600L.
So at the front you have a very clean looking ghetto metal brush texture here. Not really metal brush but
Plastic with a metal finish, metal looking finish.
so you don't have to spend extra bucks for real metal, but you still get the look of this.
Yeah, and this thing you'll get some fingerprint there. Yeah, quite easily actually.
Then if you remove the front panel,
What a method. Careful of the I/O. And at the front here, you can mount a 360mm radiator. You do have enough gap actually, but not really for push-pull config. Let's take a look inside so you can have a better idea of what the MB600L is all about. You have seen it before, which is the MasterBox Lite 5. Which I'll show some preview somewhere around whatever corner. Link it down in the description below for the full video. Interior, it's actually pretty similar to the case.
spacious, can install quite some SSD here, I would say.
Only one.
Oh.
Only one because they only have one caddy bay here. And
But there are accessories which you can get from Cooler Master store.
but not now. So
Soon.
soon. Not sure when, but soon.
Then you have the power supply shroud or cover as usual.
Yes.
You know, to hide your excessive cables.
You actually have 3 points to mount your SSD. One here, no, 4. Is it 4 or 3? I forgot. One here and 2 here. At the back here, you can see you have quite a bit of space to do cable management. Piece of metal here, by the way.
Not too much, but sufficient enough.
Enough to get by.
Because you can't fit the entire screwdriver inside here. See that? Yes, some works.
Okay, so there you have a pack of accessories tied in with your front panel cables. Power supply shroud, roomy enough, but not too much to put in large power supply.
So at this part, well, you can mount your hard drive here, but if you have a power supply that doesn't come with any modular design, you'll have problem, a little bit problem with the cables, because you have a lot of cables kind of like tangling around here.
This is your only available space when you build all your systems. So yeah.
It can be a challenge for those who are not quite into cable management.
The toolless design is actually pretty brilliant this time. Just expand it a bit, put in your hard disk within these 4 tabs, push it in, and you're done.
And then you actually have this, place for you to kind of like tie your cables to it, so you can make a nice looking cable behind if you're using a fully modular design power supply.
Yes, and then here you have a very large motherboard cut out for your CPU and cooler installation. It's really huge, by the way. It can nearly fit my head through. Yeah.
So there are some times where, some people, they kind of like install the motherboard first, then they realize,
oh no,
oops, they cannot install the cooler they have because, the back plate doesn't fit. It gets blocked by some brands.
Yep. And one more thing to note is that you have to install the power supply from the rear, so you have this
Externally.
Yes, you have to. It's a bit of a hassle in my opinion because you have to stuff in all your cables in first before you stuff in your power supply, which is a bit of a challenge.
A pain.
Yeah. So you have to mount your power supply to this, I don't know what is this thing called, converter?
Bracket.
Okay, bracket. And then you stuff everything in. So sequence is very important when you're installing in this case.
True.
So at the back here, you have one included 120mm fan. Again, you can adjust it a bit higher or lower.
Yes.
This is something Cooler Master did even for their budget cases, which is good. So you can direct airflow from your, I don't know, tower CPU cooler directly outside. A bit more effective, but it's something that you can do.
Yes, because if you look at the fan, it's actually the airflow design. If you remember Cooler Master jet flow fans, this is pretty much a similar design to that. Then for the front, as mentioned just now, you can fit a 360mm radiator here at the front. And if you look at here, there's quite some clearance here for you to kind of like, it's possible for you to set up a push-pull design, but
A bit tight.
it's a bit tight if your fan is pretty uncommon when it comes to the thickness. Because I know there are fans that comes with not just 25mm thickness, but more, maybe 30.
So one of the biggest problem I have with the MB600L is the front panel, because even if you can stuff in a radiator in front, no matter what size you want, 360, whatever, the front panel itself is actually very restrictive. And as you can see here, you only have openings around these two sides, very small slits around these two sides, and one bigger opening at the bottom. Not really filtered. They just have a piece of mesh there, but then it's not really aligned to the opening. So that's all the intake you get for your front panel, and everything else is shut. But in terms of I/O, you do have quite a bit to work with.
Yeah, you have two 3.0 here, audio jacks, and the reset button. The power button is big enough, so I believe you can see that.
Yeah, and then at the top here, you don't have any openings too. So yeah.
Okay, so that's all for our unboxing on this MasterBox MB600L. That's long. It's priced at $199, which is quite, not to say okay, but
there are alternatives out there.
yes, because you at this price you can actually go for the 693.
Yes, personally, I would like to go for the legendary Cooler Master CM693.
It gives you more airflow, you know, if you don't like heaty stuff inside your case,
and it has
so
the
you don't get toasty.
Classic design from what?
NVIDIA, the
10 years
greens.
ago?
Yes.
Yeah, that case is nearly a decade old in
It's
terms
legendary.
of design. Yes, but I do like that case a lot.
Still, if you don't like, meshy case,
Meshy, yes.
and actually this case is more like for those who wants a minimalist design, you know, clean, not so meshy, a lot of holes everywhere.
This is more
get
like
dusty. Well, it will get dusty, but
not so much,
not so much
fast.
because of,
Yeah.
it's so close together like a fridge. Yes.
Yes, it's meant to be some sort of like a showcase piece, I would say. Minimalist design, put in your living room. Your guests came into your house and then they'll be like, oh, nice case, because you have that nice brushed aluminum finish look at the front. So yeah, not bad. Oh yeah, and it's available in a few different variants. This one is with a red trim. There are some with white and blue, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And
you can check that out actually on Cooler Master's website.
yeah, I'll link it down somewhere. And then there is another variant where you have a 5.25-inch bay at the front, and the one we have here does
Doesn't
not
come
have
with
it.
that. So
Personal
makes it looks
preference.
very clean
Yes.
if you don't like that.
Yeah, so you do have some options when it comes to functionality. So yeah, that's it for the MB600L. Do subscribe, watch other videos, maybe the MasterBox Lite 5.1
which we will be putting that link
somewhere
here
Yeah.
or down in the description below.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for
everyone.
watching. See you in the next video.